Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Spike back again once again. And today, people, we're here for number one Sentai Gozyuger episode 15. And man, bad guys won, dog. Like y'all won in this episode. Like they had a calculated plan and knew exactly everything that they needed, knew exactly what they needed to do. And Gozyuger said, "Hey, you finna marry me, boy." Like, just made Tegasword look like a complete, I'm not gonna say the word, but god dang, man. This episode, basically Gozyuger just said, hey, she told Baridon to go out there and find these 3 specific things for her, and it was a candle, some strawberries, and a flower. And basically she just needed to. And we also learned some stuff about her. We also learned that she was created by humans, and she was also like, she's basically like, and she was created by humans, and she's also like an AI. She's an AI that's created to create worlds, and she basically was just trying to. That's basically what she's trying to do. But she needs Tegasword to like do it. Like she needs her to marry him. And she needs him, like she needs him to marry her. She needs him to like put a ring on it, and now they got a kiss. Like it was a whole thing. And we see that our characters kind of fall for it. Not really, because I just feel like, man, y'all could have, if y'all were a little bit smarter, y'all could have stopped some of this. Like I was like, why did y'all just, especially with the Hodu part and the freaking when the cake king and queen walked into the cafe and got the strawberries, like you tricked, like they tricked green and yellow so easily, they tricked red and black so easily, and you know, Rikuo, he just kind of had like a touchy-feely moment with Bouquet, and it was beautiful. The scenery for the scene was beautiful, like the scene of the flowers and like her looking up at him, and like it was like some love going on there. But you know, at the end of the day, she still doesn't know that he's, you know, Goju Blue. Like she still doesn't know that. She's just a really big fan of him and his music and stuff. But now she's kind of like just like falling for him, because you know he may be a snobby kind of dude, but at the end of the day, he's also kind of a sweet guy. You know, he's smooth with it, you know, stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm just like, y'all got tricked kind of easily. I wouldn't say Blue, because he didn't know what she was doing, but at the same time, you know that she's part of Baridon, you know that she's an enemy. There's got to be a reason why she's in this freaking greenhouse. So it's like, I just didn't get it. I was just like, y'all kind of sucked at figuring this stuff out. I mean, all of it kind of happened out of nowhere, and all of it kind of happened super fast, but at the same time, it's like, man, what happened here? But yeah, so they ended up getting these 3 things, things that she needed for her wedding setup, and she needed him to do this so she can recreate the world in like her image and stuff like that. And we're going to see that next episode of how she basically ends the current world and changes the world for how she wants it. And she also says that she needs a pilot, like she needs someone to actually pilot her she needs someone to pilot her. And it ends up being Garud. It ends up being him, because he requests it, and she lets him do it. We also see that he actually brings her like 9 more rings that he probably from a bunch of other ring bearers that he took out off screen, and she ends up using them, and she ends up creating him his own Wolf Decaliber. And he does like a move with it that we haven't seen Hodu do yet. It can also do everything that Hodus can do. You know, open the portals and, you know, the wormholes and stuff like that. He's able to use it as a sword, stuff like that. You know, and when we get to the city, we see that they end up taking over a bunch of people in the city and using the grunts as like wedding bells and stuff. It was all like very creative. And stuff like that. But when the whole team kind of gets there, they just kind of stand idly by as it all happens. And when it gets to that point, when we see Tega Jun, you know, walk out, or like come out of the sky and stuff like that, she walks down this freaking stairs with, I guess it was blood, I guess, but because they ended up sucking up a bunch of like this red energy from like a bunch of humans, a bunch of people in the city, and then like they mind controlled them, make them clap for them and stuff like that, and then mind controlled them and took their, I guess, essence. I don't know what it was, and she ends up, it creates a staircase, and she walks down the staircase, and then, you know, Horu is like he jumps into Tega's sword, makes himself the deck, turns into like the Deca claw form, and she kind of, they're fighting, she kind of, you know, she kind of washes them, and then she grabs Tega's sword and then like locks their hands in. She locked their hand in, makes them dance. They force like this dark ring on his finger, and she forces a kiss on him, and then they said now the Dark Prince can be born. And this is how Goju Polar is born, or his mecha is born. And after it's born, like the sky gets dark and it floats down, and you just see this big mech in this big ball. And you hear him crying, and then you hear like the polar bear thing. It was kind of creepy, but it was like, God, you really just did that. And then everything just turns off, and then that's how the world, and that's how she basically recreated the world. And in the next episode, we're going to get the reveal of Goju Polar, his character. And we know that Goju Polar is like the previous winner, the previous champion, the previous savior of the, like he's the previous one from the last war that Tega Sword had with the whole, you know, the ring bearers and things like that. Like he was the original winner. So there's been more than one of these. This has happened once before. So he's like the guy that's coming in, and I guess he's gonna try and be the savior and turn the world back into normal. And we see that all our characters have been like, I guess from the preview, like all our characters have been given new lives, and I guess maybe so they're not gonna remember, you know, anything that happened before. They're probably gonna be all new people with all new like memories or whatever. Probably gonna have to reforge them and stuff. And also their rings disappeared. They no longer have their rings. So yeah, man, bad guys won in this episode, and I was just like, man, y'all kind of just let this happen. Y'all was stupid in this episode. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, they were kind of stupid in this episode. Like they washed y'all when it came down to planning and everything. But other than that, this was a great episode. But seeing Tega Jun come down there and just take action was awesome. Like I was really hoping to see her do something, you know, and you know, her, instead of just her just sitting there being a big face in the freaking big face in the room barking orders. But yeah, man. This was wow. Like, I'm really happy. I'm really looking forward to seeing Goju Polar and things like that. I hope he's not a douche. Tega Sword already knows him, you know, so it's like that's already there. And then I kind of feel like he's not gonna get along with the rest of the team, especially for how the thing described him and how he's gonna be treating Horu. But other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about this episode, man. Like, what do you think about the forced marriage and the forced kiss? You know, let me know, because this was wow. But other than that, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as I always say, stay ancient.